here we go. Not as early of a start as I wanted to get, but that's the story of my life. I say that a lot, don't I? It is, according to the clock, 7:18, and I'm on my way to the grocery store, and the school traffic is already stupid. 7:18. My God. I went to a school across town, and I don't know if I even got up by 7:18. Yeah, I guess I did. Now I gotta drive like an aggressive asshole to get out of my street. So yeah, I have learned from the past that I should have left about half an hour ago. But I had a surprise visitor that I kind of just didn't plan on. But yeah, this is the addendum to yesterday's Walmart trip, I guess. Got to get some meat and some produce and anything else I might have forgotten that I'm remembering now. So, like an early morning to work, my coffee doesn't start brewing till 9:30, so that the Grouch gets his fresh and hot. And I know I could make two, but I don't want to. I'm not into waiting for it like that. So I'm having a soda. Diet, of course. But it's caffeine and it's fizzy and it's waking me up. And then I've got laundry going. And I don't know if I'm going to cut the grass today or not. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to wait again until tomorrow. And I got to give Walt a shower today. Was supposed to have a new razor for him by today. It was actually supposed to be delivered earlier this week, and it has been delayed. So no shave for him today. I've been using a beard trimmer, and it inevitably I nick him and he's bleeding and he freaks out. He doesn't say anything, but his body language is such that I don't know. It's probably just me being hard on me, but we're going to try a different razor, see if that helps at all. I do have a new attempt at limiting the odor that I seem to gather from his sitting area. I don't know. Maybe that's in my head too, but we're going to give it a try and see if I'm a little happier with that. Anyway, I'm on my way to Publix. I'm sure I'll talk to the camera some more later. See ya. Oh, I'm sorry. How long have you been there? Just jamming. I am leaving the house to go get some prescriptions at Target. How fun does that sound? I am just Mr. Party Animal. I cannot be held down. I cannot be contained. I'm a wild man. Yeah. 3 trips in 2 days. Walmart, Publix, and Target. Party. So, because I kind of fiddle-farted around a little bit, I am doing this with a Premier League match on TV that I'm not extraordinarily interested in, and a Premier League match streaming a little bit later that I am also only mildly interested in. So I'm actually hoping that by the time I get back to my house and I'm in a position to watch either of those matches, that they will be already decided. I'm hoping for a 2-0 on one and or both of those matches. And then I can exercise with either music or Dan Patrick like usual. Yes, I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I love the Dan Patrick Show. I watch it almost every day. It's on 5 days a week, 3 hours at a time. And it's streaming on Peacock. So if I can just be in the garage and in a non-concentrating necessarily form of exercise, aka cardio, where you're just going. I'll watch the Dan Patrick Show. Now, I'm not doing 3 hours of cardio every day. If I watch for half an hour before I start my cardio and then watch while I do my cardio, then at the most about an hour and a half, which means there is an hour and a half left of the show, and I will save it for the next day because it is streaming. That said, and because I can't concentrate on weightlifting if I'm watching TV. So normally once I'm done with my cardio, if I'm moving on to weights, I'm turning the show off and putting music on. But consequently, 15 hours a week of the DP show is more than I'm actually in a position to watch. So I build up these bumpers of time, which is fine because it's more of an entertainment show. It's not necessarily the kind of show you're going to look to for sports news, although you'll get the big stories. You're not going to get detailed analysis very often of any sporting event. You get insight from someone who's covered sports for 40 years, and you're also going to get insight from 4 guys about my age, aka the Danettes, that have worked with and around DP for 20 or more years. And so because the topics often go anywhere from sports to music, movies, food, whatever, podcasts, I mean, they really do talk about everything. So, like I said, it's more of an entertainment show. It's like a sports-based entertainment show, if you want to call it that. I don't mind the fact that today I think I'm actually watching an episode from, I think, about September 22nd or 3rd, maybe, almost a month ago. And I kind of don't care because it's not, I mean, it's news that I already knew about, most likely, from when it actually happened. But it's all the other stuff that happens that they talk about that I enjoy listening to. They recently, a day or two after, I'm assuming, talked about Joey Votto, who was out for the rest of the season for the Reds and chose to put on a Barry Larkin jersey and sit in the crowd with everybody else until people started recognizing him. And then he went around and just kind of said hi to people and took pictures with people and signed autographs for people and got food with people. And, you know, that's one of those things that the Dan Patrick Show has given me, is a great appreciation for Joey Votto. I wish like hell he was a Pirate, except if he was a Pirate, we would have traded him a long time ago and refused to pay him. So it is kind of fun to get to know some of these athletes on a level different than just what they do on the playing field. Dan Patrick's always real good about that. He gets athletes, mostly, not always, actors and musicians show up too, comedians, and he just gets information out of them you might not get anywhere else, especially with the athletes when he redirects them towards whatever their favorite meals or foods, or an actor, what's his favorite music, or if a musician, what's his favorite football team, or whatever. They have tried unsuccessfully to get somebody like Bob Dylan, who apparently Bob Dylan is a huge New York Yankees fan, and Bob Dylan won't come on. And they've said to his PR people, hey, we just want to talk baseball. He won't do it. He gets some of those every now and then, but for the most part, it's good insight into some athletes and some behind the scenes things. And of course, like I said, Dan's been doing it for 40 years. He has tremendous insight and a plethora of stories throughout the ages of his interaction with athletes and the type. Anyway, all of that to just say I'm going to either get home and watch the end of a Premier League match, or I'm going to sit down on my rower, more than likely, and watch the Dan Patrick Show. If you're interested, I'd look for it on Peacock or on the radio and see what you think. Maybe you'll find it as entertaining as I did. all right, now I'm done at Target and I'm heading back home. And I have just been handed a new phrase that I'm not really sure what it means. I can imply from context what it might mean, but I'm really not sure. So, have you ever heard regarding your medical expenses via insurance that you are in a donut hole? I'm not sure what that means. Except for the fact that it seems like I am paying for things this year and at this time of year that normally by now my insurance would cover. My insurance covers everything for me because I'm a diabetic, except for the one thing that is the most helpful with my diabetes, which is my freestyle sensor. So I'm used to paying for that. That's $75 a month. But normally, like I said, this time of year, my meds have added up throughout the year, and I have hit my limit on out-of-pocket, and so my meds are covered. That said, I just walked out of Target spending $250, which, if you do the quick math, means I just paid $175 for prescriptions that otherwise, or normally in years past, wouldn't have cost me anything. So something about a donut hole, like maybe having insurance is sweet, except for the hole that doesn't fill the out-of-pocket expense. I don't know. But apparently, according to the pharmacist or the pharmacy tech, I'm in the donut hole. Oh, and if I would have been told to dream and imagine being in a donut hole, it wouldn't have been like this. If I'm in a donut hole, if I'm just floating there in the middle of a donut hole, that means I can turn my head in any direction and bite into a donut. That sounds kind of good. And since I just got my insulin refilled, it sounds even better. Anyway, donut hole. If you know otherwise, let me know what that means.